absolutely no way I'll be able to fulfil the expectations of Llewellyn's very warm, rousing reception, for which many, many thanks. Glenn, thank you very much, and thank you to all of you from your centre here, to everybody who's played. Where are you, Lauren? I thought you were just brilliant. Can I just thank Lauren on behalf of all? Lauren is 50 years old. Wow, what a performance. Were you nervous? Yeah, I bet you were even more nervous than I was in the leaders' meeting. But I am delighted to be here, and Miriam's delighted to be here. We're both delighted to be here to support Chris Nicholson in his campaign to be your next MP for Streatham.
Yeah!
He will be an outstanding MP for this area. He's worked he's given his life and soul. Life and soul to this area, because he believes that together we can do something better for the people of Streatham. You've been let down. You've been let down. Remember the promises by Labour in 1997 that life would get better, that there'd be more fairness. Remember the promises from Labour that life would get better, there'd be more fairness in 2001. Remember the promises from Labour that life would get better, there'd be more fairness in 2005. And look what we've got instead. Hi, Brian. Look what we've got instead. Rising inequality, a decline in social mobility, a grotesquely unfair tax system, where the bottom 20% in this country pay more in tax as a proportion of their income than the top 20%. An education system which is still failing our children, where if you're a bright but poor child, you get overtaken in the classroom by a less bright but wealthier child by about the age of 7. And after that, the gap tends to widen. A country where your life expectancy is still determined shamefully by the circumstances of your birth. Where if you're born on the wrong side of the tracks, you might end up dying on average a decade and a half before a child born just a few miles up the road. A tax system where a multimillionaire from the City of London pays a lower rate of tax on their capital gains than their cleaners, where manufacturing has declined faster than it did under Margaret Thatcher, where civil liberties have been destroyed on an industrial scale, where they took you to an illegal invasion of Iraq. How dare Labour tell you that they are here for the people of Streatham when they've let you down? Don't let Labour let you down a fourth time. No chance! So we need change. So the question now is, what kind of change? Are you going to get the change you want from the Conservatives? No! Look at the newspapers this morning. David Cameron is already measuring the curtains in number 10. It's his birthright to rule. He thinks that he's entitled to just walk into number 10, and as he said in the paper this morning, he doesn't care what you say. He thinks that the Conservatives, it's their turn. I have a message for you, David Cameron. In our country, you don't inherit power, you earn it. David Cameron shouldn't take you for granted. No way! David Cameron shouldn't take the people of Britain for granted. No! How dare the Conservatives say? But it's just their turn to govern when you haven't even spoken. So I say, it is time to listen. It is time to listen to the great changes that you want, that the people of Britain want. The fairness which is still lacking in our lives. The fair tax system that the Liberal Democrats will deliver. No income tax on your first £10,000. £700 back in the pockets of the vast majority of people in this country by closing the loopholes at the top. That's the fairness people want. An education system which treasures, cherishes and nurtures every child. Every child deserves a fair start in life. Smaller class sizes, one-to-one tuition. That is what we promised you. You know what the Conservatives promised? They promised to take money away from the schools. They promised to take money away from the Building Schools for the Future programme. That's where their priorities lie. And clean, decent, open politics, which you can trust again. An end to duck houses and moats. Unfair electoral system. An end to Lord Astor. An end to the barons of the trade union party, hollowing out our democracy. A return to the best traditions of British democracy. And finally, a fair economy, where never again do we have a small clique of financiers in the City of London holding a gun to the head of the rest of the British economy, but an economy where growth lasts, where we have growth not just for 1 square mile, but for the 100,000 square miles of Britain, where we learn to build things again, not to step on things on computer screens in the City of London. Where we have a fair economy, prosperity for all. If you want that, if you want prosperity for all, if you want every child in Streatham and in this whole land to have the life chances they deserve, if you want fair taxes, if you want fair, decent, open politics, go with your heart, go with your instinct, trust what you believe in, choose the future you want, choose a better, fairer Britain. Come join us, come join the Liberal Democrats.